back with another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Monro shipbuilding thing. Well, building ships for Monro. God, my brain is just went dead there. Anyway, we're carrying on and building the Chinese ships because obviously we can't not carry on the French ones until Avocado's here, and I just thought, why not just get the Chinese ones over and done with. So first off, the Mediterranean nation tower, seeing as this tower is mainly consistent on the Italian and Austro-Hungarian ships, with the secondary tower being sort of like this weird looking one. So I'm going to be building China an actual sort of proper ship. Although thinking about it, China's quirk with me is going to be they're only having battle cruisers. That is going to be their sort of quirk with me, seeing as I've done every nation's got some sort of quirk in some form, like the French with the deck and things like that. Hey Robbo, we're doing a whole bunch of Chinese ships as well as others. Like, I'm just randomly doing it unless that Green Avocado or Mad Admiral Avocado joins us. Admirals at war. I wouldn't know, Robbo. Midway? I'm gonna make a guess. Midway? Right, secondary tower on this battle cruiser is... oh god, it's that tower. Oh well. Now, can I make a better design than the Chinese battle cruiser that got easily beaten by a pre-Dreadnought battleship in Monro's British campaign? Probably not, actually, on this hull, but yeah, I was thinking Midway, but I haven't heard Midway in, like... I haven't heard Midway in ages, like... God, the last time I heard Midway, I was still doing my GCSEs. And that was over a year ago. Right. I can fit that there. Good. Semi-oil engines. If I move the tower as far back as I can fit it, I'm thinking I'm going to stick with my trend of that they've got smaller guns, but smaller guns than what should really be given to a ship of this era, but at least it's something for this. Right. And then a wing turret there. Before you, carry on in that train of thought, I'll save this so then it can be edited later. I will just show you something that'll prove you wrong. I'll just show you a design that came from the mind of that Green Avocado. It's not this year, is it? No, it's 1905 design, wasn't it? No, it was 1900 design. Just ignore the Gangu. Welcome! Oh god, Welcome to this magnificent thing. Just a whole bunch of 4-inch guns, 28 knots of speed, no bulkheads, minimum beam, minimum draw, no crew stuff, hardly anything here. We only just did everything that was weight saving and somewhat efficiency giving. Only Krupp 1 armor, nothing else. And even at Krupp 1, what armor? Yes. Yes, if, now stop being cruel to the AI in the Monro, Okay, you can still be cruel to the AI, but... Right, back to China. And then... back to doing this thing. So, semi-oil, turbines, Augs 2, electrohydro. Yes, with their fearsome armament of fishing nets. Hell, with a whole fleet of those, you could just send one destroyer in, keeping the rest in reserve just in case they actually hit something. We haven't made a Kamchatka yet. The only Russian ship I've built so far for this, I will show you it, once I've just done with making this thing, which I'm now done with making this thing because I am not doing any more work on this ship. The hull is just horrible anyway, so... done. Right, so Russia was a couple this direction. That's AH. The only Russian ship I built for this so far is the 1940, so I had to go to 1940 now. Introducing to you, the Victor Belenko. And then Tsushima as well, which is a reference to, yes, it was 4 battleships in reserve. So yeah, of the Russians, I've only so far done the, super ships, which I named one after someone who defected from the Soviet Union, and one after, if I remember the count correctly, it's about 160 total gun barrels of 3.1-inch guns. There's about 177 guns on this ship in total. As each individual one of these are quad barrels. Actually, the Victor Belenko, in all my testing of her, has never flash-fired, even though she does have a 24% flash-fire chance. She has yet to flash-fire at all. Which is a lot better than the British counterpart super ship. Oh god. I'm supposed to be building more ships, and now I'm showing you all the super ships I built. This is the American super ship I built. Well, one of them. I still need to do a super battle ship. I've only done a battle cruiser. This is the Hailstorm, named after, a band whose lead singer apparently likes being called a bitch. No. That's just a joke off the song, you call me a bitch like it's a bad thing. Anyway, the French with, The French with this thing, the white flag is the first one, which 17-inch guns, and then they also have a super battle cruiser as well, which is the Condor 2, which is a bit not that well equipped as a super ship, because this is the first of the super ships that I had created. Next up on the list of super ships would be, I believe... Oh, the British Empire! This is the one I wanted to show you. This thing in testing! My god, it flash-fired quite a lot. And oh my, I've just realised partially what some of my problems were. I still hadn't fully finished this thing. I forgot, like, the proper steering stuff and everything. Okay, Oblivion needs to have a... Yeah, I forgot to do the shells on this thing. That's probably not helped its previous track record of being an explodey little British ship. I say little, it's about 91,000 tons, so yeah, quite small. Quite small on the super ship scale, but still, it's got core 20s. Thinking about it, it's going to be run by the AI. Anti-Torp 2 will be fine. Someone editing this, show someone who makes a short edit of this later, if anyone ever does, show a video of this thing getting absolutely destroyed by torpedoes. In that short would be saying, anti-torpedo 2 will be fine. Right, so, yeah, this is the Oblivion. It's, pretty much the best of, the British battleships I will ever build. Oh god, 25 knots isn't even helping, Okay, I think the Oblivion has to go through some weight loss surgery. 15-inch belt. 14-inch belt. That worked for the Iowas. 6-inch main deck. Right. There we go. Right. I can fit the bulkheads back to maximum, and then... Right, that's Oblivion's redesign. Next up is the 2 battle cruisers I built for the British, because we're British, 1 battle cruiser isn't enough. This is the battle cruiser Ghost, with quad 18-inch guns. And then I just built this one as a Agincourt-esque ship. If Agincourt had 16-inch guns, 39 knots of top speed, and then also a Queen Anne's Mansion. And I think there might be potential room for wing turrets. I didn't check, but I could check now. Oh, if I give it McDonald's and make it fatter, it would work. Yes, a lot of these ships will be used as AI stuff. It's sort of why me and Avocado on our designs have been a little sacrificial on torpedo protection for the most part, because it's the AI. They're going to avoid the torpedoes regardless of whatever happens. Now we're back as China because I made this super ship for China, introducing to you, oh god, the Albedo class, famous for appearing in my previous Chinese campaign, which I faithfully recreated the ship, mostly, here. The only non-recreation is I sacrificed the funnel for a little bit more armor. And that's the only super ships because the Spanish I just gave an old American battleship hull with a whole bunch of useless 14-inch guns. I essentially did it because I needed something for the Spanish of this year. What next? Japan. This was designed by our good old friend Avocado. This was designed by me. And then this thing was also designed by me. That's Empire of Japan. Austria-Hungary, I decided not to name the ship because reasons, and I put a little more effort in Austria-Hungary in giving them a super battleship than Spain, but yeah, they don't really deserve one. Now Italy, I did the predictable Italian thing, and with my super ship concept, I kept the 20-inch guns. Oh, hold on a second. Displacement wasn't set properly. I did the predictable thing. I kept the 20-inch guns, but I lessened them, and also protection, I believe, from the rest of my super ships for speed. The rest of the super ships are in and around 26, 25 knots, and 24 in Belenko's case. This thing goes 28. Yes, 2 Q turrets. That was Mad Admiral Avocado's designs. But yeah, this thing was one of my own designs, and I somehow got this to work, and I love it. I love it. Okay, and then secondary to the design is just the meme ship that fully incorporates speed over everything else. So 44 knots. Protection stuff here is a little meh. Also here as well, it's sort of all or nothing. And yeah, it's got twin 14-inch guns. And then just a whole bunch of 3-inch in single mounts. Oh, and a couple of 6 inches. Anyway, that was the last of the nations we need to cover. Yes. Oh, I forgot to show you Tsushima, so I'll very quickly show you Tsushima. Here's Tsushima. She's named after the biggest embarrassment of the Russian Navy, and 15-inch guns. Not much else to say. Right, back to China, back to 1915, back to building more ships for them, because this is building ships, not showing off ships already built. Even if I do love showing off the Victor Belenko whenever I can, because it's probably all round one of the best battleships I've built. On paper, that is. No, it was 1910. Yeah, it was 1910 we were at. So, okay, 2 more battlecruisers to build, and then we can move on to 1915. So, British Tower, and this thing is actually going to have guns that were somewhat used during this era, especially if your country name begins with a G and ends in an N. No, ends in a Y, I mean. Especially for Germany, it works very, very, very well. You know, and for protection from the gods, Q turret. Kamchatka is sort of involved with Tsushima, so Tsushima and Kamchatka would be the same on Russian embarrassment. And yeah, I would say that Moskva is an embarrassment as well. But Moskva also proves that yeah, the old Soviet ships, for the most part, weren't actually that great. Right, pretty much the entire Russian Navy actually shows that. Well, almost the entire Russian Navy. They do have some modern ships, but the only modern ships they got aren't even like, they're sort of like more gunboat sort of things. Not like a full-size destroyer or frigate or whatever like the others have. Yes, exactly. Although it does have a bit of a questionable resultant on stopping German vessels from entirely destroying you. Possible hint at this thing's potential fate. 11, 4, 11. Okay, and then the casemates. Only 2-inch guns here. Right, I want to reduce gun reload time on this thing because this thing is only really going to be relying on its main guns. If I can shorten the reload time as much as possible, then it's going to be gold on saving this crew from destroyers. 25 knots. 25 knots on a forced boiler. There we go. Oh, God, I forgot the thing I need to do because of reasons of Monro actually knowing who designed the ship. That sounds like someone that would be something from that would be from the Kololos Rex album, although I wouldn't know what song exactly, but it does sound something that would come from the Kololos Rex album, because Kololos did spend a whole bunch of time in exile after a defeat he had. Older than the Kololos Rex album. I have no idea. Is it a Sabaton? First off, is it a Sabaton or is it not? It's Sabaton. Is it something from the Artero Dominatus album? I'm probably like getting the album wrong as well, but like if I can get the album, it'll help soften the blow of me not getting the actual song. If I can't get the actual song, I'll at least get the album. So it's from the album of theirs I've heard the least amount of songs from, because from Artero Dominatos I've only heard the title track, and then isn't Angels Calling on Artero Dominatus as well? I don't know the song. I give up. I give up. Right, so 2 funnels isn't enough. 3 funnels is enough. On turbines, just about enough. And then side mounted 11s. Ah. Yeah, I haven't heard that one. Nick. At least you didn't give me anything from, I forgot what the album's called, but, it was one they recorded, I believe, with the old record label they had before they, recorded it and then released Primo Victoria, and then that old record label released it and the band didn't like the album or that record label releasing it, and so denied it ever existed. Aux 2, electro-hydraulic steering, balanced rudder, shaft, crup, barbette, double bottom, anti-torque 3, Citadel 2, yeah. I think I remember once seeing an article of ranking Sabaton albums, and that album never appeared within the ranking of it. Or I think they made brief mention of it, but then mentioned that as the band doesn't consider it an actual song, an actual album of theirs, we're gonna do the same. And then 2-inch guns there, and yeah, that's going to be essentially the ship, because right, 28 knots. This thing will be known as the Sino class battle cruisers, and then that's all of the battle cruiser hulls available. Yep, so 1915 we go. And there's no new battlecruiser hull, is there? Nope. Nope, I'm not even going to do an armored cruiser hull here, because... yeah, I'm just going to move on to 1920. Well then, a Battlecruiser 5 hull is available. I honestly haven't listened to it, just because of sort of really the story behind it. I haven't really listened to it. And also considering the fact as well, the behind-the-scenes story of it not wanting to originally be released is sort of also similar to, something I worked on that, I didn't want released, but because, by the point of, it being released, I was out of the group and wasn't even credited in the first place with it. I got really no say over it. But, yeah, I think probably these days the band sees it as it's something we didn't want ever to release, but it's still, like, something that we've done, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. For, for that thing. By the way, it's 1920, and finally, the Chinese are getting 12-inch guns. At least within my ship designing of theirs. And because this is me, we are talking about... Here's the, thing as well. Here's the thing as well. In Metal Machine, the band had made reference to Masters of the World. As well, also, I believe one time during, like, one of their Sabaton crews, they actually did do, Hammer Has Fallen live. Which is sort of lending to the fact that it's, something that they originally didn't want, but like, just, still embracing the fact that it was in the end released. Because I know at least Pa said in an interview that, the band originally didn't want the album released. Ah. But yeah, I thought Hammer Has Fallen was from something different, because I didn't even look into the album it was from at the time I'd listened to it. So, 12-inch main belt. Coincidence is the best for this ship, considering what I am running main gun wise, anyway. Right, I'm going to run 12.2 inch guns as the mains on this thing. And then main deck is also going to be 5 inch with a 3 inch fore and afts, 12 inch and an inch super. This thing is going to run turbo electrics. This thing is going to run turbo electrics. Saying this right now, it's going to run turbo electric drive engines. Double bottom, hull protection. Citadel 5, speed 28 knots. Oh, let's push it up 30. Push it up to 30, TNT 3, 2 powder 1, electrohydro, semi-automatic, cat ballistic incendiaries, and then increased HE. Maybe 13, 15. There we go, 15-inch belt. Right, design shared. Use ship. Nah, 1925 then, and new ship. Because we've got the modern cruisers and modern destroyer stuff, so... Oh god, it's not the hull I hate, it's the towers I hate on this particular hull. Oh my god, right, Right. I'm gonna say that the guns got outsourced by the Americans. Five-inch 38s. Hello there, avocado! Some... Question, is it a cruiser that was brought in after episode, Oh god, I need to remind myself how far I actually got into, Brother Monro saying, "Yes, the Mad Admiral has arrived. How are you doing, Avocado?" Oh, God. British Legendary Campaign playlist. That's great to hear. If it was a ship introduced after episode 17, Robbo, I cannot answer the song by that one. Right, so we're in 1925 of China, by the way, Avocado. And I'm just building a cruiser using the shit hull. Turbo electrics, because it's the same as what I've done on the previous Chinese ships, on the previous Chinese ship that had that available. There, Krupp 5, Barbette 5, triple bottom. This thing isn't going to be great with guns, but it's going to be great in Captain of such. Oh God, you said that. I forgot, Robbo. Thunderchild, isn't it? Didn't you say HMS Thunderchild or Thundercloud or whatever? This actually reminded me, when I go back to doing the British ships, I'm going to have to at least name one of the ships Thunderchild. Although thinking about it, there might actually be a bit of an overused name for the... Ah. No, actually, this is Japanese sourced. This is Japanese sourced with, American guns. You know what? Let's make this like De Ruyter. Yeah, let's make it like De Ruyter. So, De Ruyter had, 5.9-inch guns, I think it was. D-H-C-R. Dutch cruiser De Ruyter. Yeah, De Ruyter had 5.9-inch guns. No, actually, it was the Americans that used turbo electrics quite a lot. Yes, I've found that interesting fact out. The Americans used turbo electric drives a lot. Like the Standards, they were fitted with turbo electrics. So were a lot like the Treaty era cruisers and stuff. Like, yeah, the Americans used turbo electrics quite a lot, for what I found in my research. So, still. Right. And then SNL, EMT. Done, diddly done, done, done. Done. Next is, by the way, this is going to be the last lot of ships I designed for China, because 1930, I believe we've already gotten, the battleship you designed last episode, Avocado, and then, 1940, we've already got Albedo, we don't need any more. We could just move on to a nation that's actually more relevant. Smaller tower. I've got this Sum 41 song stuck in my head, guys. It's really annoying. But I've been listening to Still Waiting too much recently. It's gotten stuck in my head. Right, because we actually do need torpedoes on this thing, because the game wouldn't allow it to be a ship if it didn't have torpedoes. Oil, turbo electrics, some anti-flood, watertight doors, that's all fine, that's all fine. Aux 2, best steering, balanced rudder. Reduced torpedo load is you're not going to live long enough to fire more than just one spread. Fast torpedoes, auto-loading, TNT, 2 powder. Oh, and 34 knots is good enough. Silent class. Done. Right, we're done with China now, so, oh yeah, we still got some more British vessels to do. We got a British light cruiser to do for this year, at least, and a destroyer. I would leave destroyers out. No, not in too deep. I'm in too deep and trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under, 'cause I'm in too deep. Yeah, it's not in too deep, it's, so am I still waiting for this world to stop hating? That one. Alright, so, funnel, oil, gear turbines 2, and we're British. 5.2 inches, I'm not building the town class this era. At least. And even if I do want to build a town class, I do have a unfortunate, horrible limitation put on me by the game of we can't do 4-inch guns as secondaries. Right, Krupp. No, bulkheads 2. Double bottom. Citadel 4. Anti-flood. Barbette. What are you booing at? Oh, the not being able to use 4-inch secondaries or what? Oh, Robbo, you were... I need to inform you of something that, me and Avocado were talking about last time, which, will become relevant when I actually show you one of the ships I built. So, me and Robbo were, for some reason, going off about really long names, probably because, we've had problems with this campaign of some of our ship names being too long that it wouldn't save. And then because he had mentioned of doing one name, and I was like, that name isn't as long as one I'm about to show you. And I showed him the light cruiser Johan van Olden Arnebelt. I could do fruit when it comes around to it, but you know what, I'm just gonna leave it as that. I'm not gonna have torpedoes on the thing. Coincidence RDF, sonar. I don't know why I just mentioned me and Avocado talking about having really long, hilariously long names for our ships, but name ideas for our ships. But yeah, I was designing a battle cruiser. I think it was 2 days ago, and I thought, what would actually be a unique name to name this ship? And I just thought, why not name it after an ocean liner that I recently researched? And so I named it the Johan van Olden Barneveld. That's actually how it's said. Save that design. I'm not going to do a destroyer. So 1930 is the advanced escort cruiser hull, which this thing is a shit hull. Because you get everything in here that then it's trying to find a placement for everything else on this hull. Like the gun funnels. And stuff like that. So I'll do a modern heavy cruiser, I'll do a battle cruiser, and then I'll do a modern battleship. You're watching the Percy Jackson... Oh my god. Avocado, just don't. Just spend the money and get the actual book series of the Percy Jackson series. Just don't watch the movies. The movies are horrible. They don't even follow the books properly. Oh, yeah! Yes. Yes, I am. I was just thinking, oh, wait. Albus Dumbledore. Well, his full name. I think if I do his full name, we're not going to be able to get this ship saved because of, its name being too long. And you spelled Dumbledore wrong, by the way. Oh, God. Hell, at least here, I had the opportunity to borrow it as library books. Not only just the original Percy Jackson series, but also the sequel Heroes of Olympus series. No, that's not how you spell Dumbledore. Right, I put in chat how you actually spell it. Curses, the 5-inch don't fit up there. 4.7 inch it is then. As we're British. We're British here. Well, at least for this shipbuilding we are British. 4.7 inch. What do you mean the gun barrel is phasing into the tower? It's fine. Ah. Yeah, for me, the only book series I've read that I actually have ownership of, well, I say ownership, family has ownership of, is the Inheritance Circle series by Christopher Paolini. Aragon, Eldest, what others were there of the series? Aragon, Eldest, I know Inheritance is the last one, but I don't know the name of the one between. Oh, 2-inch guns up there, and up there. Oh, we need to do something important, which I definitely didn't forget about. Funnels. Oh god, we're badly offsetted on our way. Yeah, I'll just leave it as that. Because I'm not bothered to drag everything else forward. Just so then, I haven't actually read Lord of the Rings. Like, the closest I've ever gotten to Lord of the Rings would really be, some Blind Guardian songs, because I know they, did a few songs based on sort of, that and, like, Chronicles of Narnia, if I remember correctly. That's pretty much the closest I've gotten to that. That's probably the most metalhead response to that of who hasn't read the book, but yeah, for me, book series wise, I had read pretty much like the largest book I've read from a book series, if I remember correctly, would actually be Order of the Phoenix. That's just because I don't remember the number of pages in like any of the Inheritance Circle stuff, so I'm just picking the largest of the Potter books. Funny story of Order of the Phoenix, I actually read that in the space of one night. I started at about 7 and didn't put the book down until my watch said about 2:30 in the morning. This was like 13-year-old me as well. On a school night. Because I was like desperate to just read through the entire book series, and I had waited I think it was 2 weeks actually from when I had read Goblet of Fire to when I was able to read Order of the Phoenix, because all the copies of Order of the Phoenix were taken out at the time. And then I just read it in one night, got angry at JK for killing off Sirius, and that was about it. Right, so yeah, I hate JK killed off Sirius. I also hate JK killed off Fred! Of the Weasleys, she would have been better off killing either Arthur or Percy. Arthur or Percy, because like Arthur, it would have been her original plan anyway. Her original plan was to kill off Arthur in Order of the Phoenix instead of having I'm unaware of that author. Like, just thinking about it, of the two choices of either Arthur or Fred, I would choose Arthur because Fred, he's been a more he's had more stuff in the books and that than Arthur did, and Arthur, we only just knew him from just a couple of scenes from the book in Chamber of Secrets, briefly in Goblet for the Quidditch World Cup, and then Phoenix, or is being attacked by the snake. Right, anyway, this conversation is delaying me from finishing these ships. Right, but I'm still gonna do it though, because Okay, so battlecruiser. Ah. Yes, another book series I actually need to read. Yeah, as you can probably tell by this point, I have a track record of book series I need to, like, people are saying to me, you need to read this, you need to read this, you need to read this. Yeah, Charlie, if I remember correctly as well, Charlie in the books did actually make an appearance. Yeah, he definitely would have. He definitely made an appearance in Goblet because it's mentioned that the Weasley family go and visit him. One, but also two, he appears in the part of the book where Hagrid is showing Harry the dragons that he's not supposed to show Harry. Hagrid has a habit of telling people things that he's not supposed to tell people. Can we all just agree to that? Rufus Hagrid is the worst person to ever keep anyone's secrets. Yes. Yes, it's quite unfortunate that, it's quite unfortunate we recently lost, Robbie Coltrane, the actor who played Hagrid. But he did sort of hint that he thought the end was near for him when they did the 20-year reunion thing recently. I think it was 20-year reunion. But yeah, he said in one of his things that I may not be around for much longer, but Hagrid still will be. Many weeks ago, yes. Months ago, actually. It was... That was actually, like, during the very early point of your viewership of me, Avocado. In the books, he said calmly. In the movies, it's with a lot of anger. Now, this is up to you, Twitch chat. Do we make a hood and go 15-inch guns? Or do we, scrap going for a hood and just, go with a different caliber? I don't know, Avocado. I might not. You never know. Yeah, one thing I actually don't get about Goblet of Fire... We'll go a hood. One thing I actually don't get about, Goblet of Fire is, Passangaroo says in, getting blood from Harry, blood from an enemy forcibly taken to resurrect your foe. Now, even when I first read that as a 13-year-old, I was like, why didn't Harry just say, okay, go ahead, Peter, take it? Like, that wouldn't... It would be anticlimactic, yes, but... It would have failed. It would have failed, and then Harry would have won against Voldemort again. I was just thinking, that makes the most logical sense to do. Yeah. Oh, you want a hood ex-King George V, so, what? Quad at the bottom, then twin at the top. I could maybe do that, Avocado. Yep, 2 quads, 2 duels. And, right. Hey, Avocado, do you want to do another French design after this or not? I don't know. Right. Anyway, Robbo, think of a name for this thing, please. Just saying, if you're going to go Harry Potter characters, Mad-Eye Moody is taken by a heavy cruiser. So is the Sirius Black. Taken by a heavy cruiser. And there's also going to be an American cruiser under that name as well, because I did name an American cruiser under that name in the past, but, that's, neither here nor there. "38 knots. Lupin." R-E-M-S L-U-P-I. The Remus Lupin. No! 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 I'm not naming the ship after a fraud of a wizard! God. I'm not naming a ship Gilderoy Lockhart, okay? Nor am I naming a ship Dolores Umbridge. I mean Umbridge. Sorry. Sorry. Hold on a second, I didn't set up the armor. I didn't set up the armor. Hold a second, I didn't set up the armor. There we go. You know what, we'll skip out a battleship and, right, hold on a second. Hold on a second. No, I've got an idea. Yeah, Robbo could, but I've got an idea which, Avocado, you're being to blame for this because, you're the one who introduced me to that Monty Python thing in the first place. We're gonna make a ship that is best for running away, and, I've already got the name of it already. So brave Robin ran away. So brave Robin ran away, away. When danger is... Oh, God. Yes. Oh, God. I'm just gonna go off tangent here and get that scene up, because... Question, what should be the guns we get to the brave Robin?
He's buggered off. So he has, he's scarpered.
Brave Sir Robin ran away.
No!
Bravely ran away, away.
I didn't!
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail.
No!
Yet brave Sir Robin turned about.
I didn't.
Gallantly he chickened out. Bravely taking
I never did!
he beat a very brave retreat.
Oh, lie.
Bravest of the brave Sir
I
Robin.
never!
16-inch guns, okay. Great for running away. Right, because we're a running away ship, speed is the name of the game here, you know what? For 16-inch, we'll go twins, because... And then side-mounted, 16-inch, twins, 2, 3... Giving the ship a whole bunch of Big Macs. Can I now fit them in place? And then possibly be able to fit a barbette in the middle? Yes! Yes, it is great just for that scenario alone. And then can a couple of 16s go up there? Yep, they can! The so brave Robin. He's buggered off! Yes, he has, he's scarpered. Yeah. That's, I find it quite funny, though, that, that three-headed knight sort of thing was, arguing with itself, giving Sir Brave Robin the opportunity to bravely run away. We have a problem with Sir Brave Robin. It's too big. Well, it's too heavy, I mean. Nor have I. Nor have I, and for me, my, favourite Monty Python scenes actually got to be with the, Black Knight. Conning Tower were British. Who needs a conning tower? There we go. So Brave Robin is completed. Yes, I saw you got auto modded. Sir Brave Robin run away. Oh god, that's gonna be stuck in my head now. Thanks. Thanks a lot, guys. Right, okay, so nothing for 1935 because we've already gotten the super ships. (1925) we obviously have the cod and chips. We have the full Nelson because we weren't Nelson enough with the cod and chips. Because we weren't Nelson enough with the cod and chips. Then 1920 we've got I didn't name this thing? My god, I actually need to properly name this thing. Silent, Duran number 2. And then also we have the battle cruiser Hufflepuff, named after the best Hogwarts house. And if anyone disagrees that it's the best Hogwarts house, you will get timed out. You'll get timed out. I thought the tunnel snakes were from Fallout 3. Here's me pleading ignorance because I don't want to time out avocado. That's it, avocado. That's it. Time out. Okay, how do we untime out, people? That was only as a joke. How do we untime out? Can I reverse decision? Users in chat. That green avocado. Untime out. There. I had to make it look like I'd keep to my threat. You're untimed out. And then the 15 design Trafalgar tea, biscuits and emerald. Right, we're done with the British. That's for a different time. We can't do Germany. The Americans, I think we've already done enough for the Americans. We just need to do their super battleship, Seeing as I've got the super battle cruiser already. Right, so, yes, I had to do that to make a point of I do actually follow through with my threats at times. Ah, the 25 de Mayo, yeah, nothing much else to write home. Arturo, Dominatus, Berlin is burning. Denique Interimu, the Reich has fallen. Yeah, I usually don't keep my promises. As, we all know. We all know, but as it came down to my Hogwarts house, I am for once. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I got, Hufflepuff. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. Right. Ship going through weight loss. Right, replace the tower at least, though. Yes. Especially from a snake like you. Hey, Avocado, I invaded Atlanta! With an extra gun! 32 knots. On a balanced boiler. Balanced rudder, shaft free. Oh, would you look at that? This is going to be in Atlanta that actually has decent protection. Who would have guessed that the Atlanta class could be given decent protection? Who'd ever thought that it probably should have been given better protection and not have wasted the lives of many men, including 5 Sullivan brothers? Good, we're fully armoured. We could do... wait. No, stream time. I've just realised stream time. Hold on a second. First off, I'll get the name for this ship, which, seeing as I've mentioned, I made mention to them, and, the ship that they served on and died on together. This is going to be our USS the Sullivans. And that's going to be the end of the stream because of time constraints. Tomorrow, like, we're making it a thing now that it's every even-numbered episode that the friendships are being made on, and then every odd number, the friendships are not made. Right, that's going to be the end of the stream anyway, so, yeah. Hope you enjoyed Avocado, and Robbie if you're still here. Hope to see you all again, and silent service going silent.